I mean, I think a lot of people are talking about it at the moment. I mean, it's sort of quite a topic, I suppose, in the triathlon world with the Norwegian Hype Train and Sierra Nevada camp that they're doing, come to altitude to create more red blood cells, which obviously takes more oxygen to your muscles, which, if it works, you get that boost of anywhere between 1 to 5%. That's what from an elite athlete can get, from coming to altitude. Age group athlete, it could be even more, up to 10%. The studies are when you read a lot about it, it's quite variable, the information that it can get. So I'm I suppose a little bit of a guinea pig from an age grouper, an old age grouper as well, to see what benefit I can get out of it. I did a lot of work before I came. Spoke to a lot of people, Tim Don included, just to get the heads up on what to expect. First week was again just trying to get adaptation to altitude. Nothing intense. It was a lot of base miles, both on the bike and the run. And I suppose if you come in from to the triathlon world, I mean the swim as well, it'd just be very easy, which seems to go really sort of quite well. But after about 4 or 5 days, I've started to put a little bit of intensity there just to see how my body would react, and it seemed to react quite well to it. That's the main thing. But again, make sure you're drinking a lot. From a hydration point of view, the air is quite dry up here, so you don't feel like you're sweating as much. Also, it's quite chilly, so that cold air sort of makes you feel like you don't need to drink as much. But also, you're 1,800 meters closer to the sun, so again, you are you've got to be careful with that. You've got to take more calories on. I mean, that's another thing, because you're working harder, your muscles, your heart's working harder, you're losing more calories, so you've got to put more calories in there as well. So they're the two things. And recovery, I mean, it's probably even more important. I know everybody talks about it as the fourth or fifth discipline, but it's even more important when you come to altitude, that you've got to rest and recover it. And especially being an age group athlete and like I say, an older age group athlete, it's even more important. Definitely, you get the shortness of breath. Your heart starts pounding a little bit harder, especially going up some of them hills and some of the climbs on the cycle, and especially when I've done a hill workout, you start putting that intensity and you start sort of gasping for breath. So yeah, definitely felt it, sort of towards the end of the first week into the second week. When I did read a little bit about it, they said you could have sort of poor sleep, but I found it the opposite. I found the sleep being even better, sort of been getting 9-10 hours sort of regularly. Again, part of this is part of the recovery, and but yeah, no, I hadn't had a trouble with any sleep. It's just I don't know if I'm just so tired that I'm sleeping more. Yeah, the mountain weather is very changeable, and that's the other thing to be. If you are coming to altitude, you are coming into the mountains, you've got to cover for every eventuality. The rain comes in quickly. As you probably can see from one of the track days that we did, basically we're 5 minutes from the track. By the time when we set off, it was glorious sunshine. By the time we'd warmed up, which was 15-20 minutes, got to the track, it was absolutely throwing it down. Storm had come in, and also it's an icy cold rain as well when it's up here. It's not like in England or in Spain or wherever where it's warm. Yeah, well, yeah, I suppose you only can take 2 bottles on rides, but again, yeah, you do seem to take them quite quickly. In Switzerland, there's fountains at the side of the road with water that's clear water, which is better than bottled water that you buy in the supermarket. So, you've got to take on, water all the time, and stopping at them little fountains and things it's just a great way of doing it. We're looking now between 10, 12, 14 days is the sort of the figure that we're looking at. The first week of that will, when I drop down, that will be, again, it'd be another intense week, but a little bit more intensity in that week, and then obviously leading the last week into the race, last few days will be sort of starting to wind down the training. One of the things towards the end of the training camp, which we're going to do, is we're going to go down to Italy. We're going to go down to about, I think it's about 500 to 600 meters where there's a track, and we'll start to put intensity in there. It's very difficult, you can put intensity in at altitude, but it's still very difficult to get anywhere near where you would do in the UK or at sea level. So we'll drop down and we'll do 2 or 3 sessions on the track, and hopefully that will give us an idea of whether the altitude adaptation's working, and see what benefit we're getting. The FDP, you know, I've sort of again taken advice, talked to people, and looking at sort of 10, 15 off your FDP on your efforts, and about 10-15% on the run. But again, it just go on perceived effort rather than looking at your watch and looking at your bike computer that you would do normally in the UK. So again, it's down to, you know, sort of listening to your body a little bit more up here.